At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too. Because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Mike Krueger. You are watching Coffee with Krueger. It is Tuesday, September 10th. And boy, we got some cooler weather in store for us. And I'll be the first to admit, I forecasted those temperatures a little low for yesterday. I was expecting a high of 98 in Reading. Instead, it was 102 yesterday. Yeah, the triple digits still sticking around yesterday. Well, let's get you right to Krueger's Quick Cast. If you're checking in and just want to see what's going on with the weather for the day today, you come to the right place and you come to the right time as well. Let's take a look at what we expect out there right now as far as those temperatures are concerned. You're heading out the door. Hey, not bad. Temperatures upper 50s, low 60s. A little bit warmer in Chico and Orville in the mid-60s. Otherwise, 40s and 50s for the higher elevations. And we got those temperatures in the mid-50s along the coast. Taking a look at that visibility, it is down again this morning. If you're on the coast, you're probably thinking, oh, here we go again. We got that fog kind of just lingering around the area. And that fog, I tell you what, it's going to have a hard time really clearing out entirely for a lot of places along the coast here. So we're probably going to still be looking at that persistent fog through a good portion of the day. There you can see out in Crescent City Harbor District. I wonder if that's the same seagull from yesterday that was taking a nap on the roof. But there you can see there was some drizzle out there this morning as well. And there may be some patchy drizzle in some areas this morning too. Taking it back to Elk Country at just north of Trinidad, and you can see some of that fog kind of coming up over that hill. And of course, just on the other side of those hills is where you have got the ocean. Beautiful sight there. All right, take a look at the visibility again. We're down from 0 to up anywhere between 0 and 1 mile of visibility. Otherwise, you're looking at pretty good visibility elsewhere. Heading out the door this morning on September 10th on this Tuesday. Your temperatures will be in the mid-60s, 8 o'clock this morning for the valley. So yeah, not a bad start to the day at all. We do have the fog, low clouds, drizzle along the coast this morning with temperatures mid-50s there and mainly mid to upper 50s for the higher elevations. Taking a look at Futurecast, you can see there's going to be some clearing in some areas here this afternoon, but overall, there's going to be look at that fog kind of hanging on and even making its way in a lot of those inland valleys as well, even later on tonight at 10 o'clock, and some afternoon and evening clouds for Siskiyou and Modoc counties. Otherwise, we're looking at mainly sunny skies. Temperatures in the low to some mid-90s for some of the warmer spots like Reading at 94, 92 in Chico. For the mountains, mainly below 90. But I do expect those mid to upper 80s on average, but around 90 for Weaverville, around 91 for Willow Creek, 89 for Hoopa, and those low to mid 60s along the coast. Let's take a look at your 7-day outlook for the valley. You strap in for that roller coaster ride with those temperatures because they are dropping starting today. They'll drop even more on Wednesday before we see them go back up for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then another drop in our temperatures by Sunday into Monday. And oh, you got the windy conditions for the valley for Wednesday, Thursday. You've also got a chance for showers possibly by early next week as well. And it looks like the coast generally staying in the mid-60s. You've got better chances for showers on Wednesday, maybe even a few isolated thunderstorms, especially in Del Norte County. It dries out for Thursday, Friday through the weekend. Maybe by Sunday to Monday, a chance for showers inland. And for Weaverville and Trinity County in general, just some scattered, isolated showers. I don't expect a lot of rain. We'll take a look at some of those rainfall totals that we're expecting, but again, not a lot. Temperatures, same story with that roller coaster ride elsewhere, minus, of course, the coast. Taking a look at Siskiyou County, Modoc County, and the Eastern Mountains. Best chances for thunderstorms, I do think, will be in Modoc County, but even Siskiyou County can see those thunderstorms. Susanville, as you head south into Lassen County, the chances are slimmer. Although places like Bernie, northeastern Shasta County could see a chance for showers and thunderstorms tomorrow as well. Temperatures continue to drop, but then we're back up and another chance for showers by the time we get into Monday of next week. Good morning to you, Shelly. We got liking the cool weather and the coffee. Have a great day. I appreciate that. We've also got Rowdy Kelly saying good morning from Arcata. Drizzle there. Not surprised. I know that there's some drizzle up there in Crescent City. You could kind of see it on the camera there earlier this morning. Doesn't look like that's the case this morning right now. And the first to chime in this morning was Lisa saying good morning and have a great day. We've also got Ruth Sanchez saying good morning as well. That here in just a bit. Oh no. No, no, no. You lost sound. Testing. I'm not sure why there's no sound. Testing. Oh boy. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe change the microphone. Here in just a bit. Oh no. No, no, no. You lost sound. Testing. Looks like we're back. Are we back? Okay. I don't know. Ay, ay, ay. I'm back. I had to kind of just check my delayed image there. Okay, we are back. That's weird. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if is the battery dying? I don't think the battery's dying. No, we got plenty of battery. Interesting. I don't know what's going on here. All right. Well, thank you all for giving me the reports on that. All right. So let's check in with you. See how you're doing. That's what I was kind of doing. Yeah, it looks like back on. It was maybe he got blown away. Yeah, maybe I did. Houston, we have a problem. That is correct. We did have a problem. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Thank you all. Thank you. I guess I'm back. Oh, hey, by the way, we have a segment called Vet Education Corner. And basically what it is kind of working together with Cottonwood Vet and Small Animal Clinic, mainly with the Small Animal Clinic, and we learn more about our pets and things we can do to help them live a happy and healthy life. So this week, we don't do them all every week, but this is one of the newest ones. It is about heartworm and how important it is to make sure that you are giving them everything they need to prevent them from getting heartworm. So let's get into it and learn more about heartworm. Hello everyone, Mike Krueger from Weather NorCal, and this is another Vet Education Corner. We're at the Cottonwood Small Animal Clinic, and with me right now I've got Dr. Holland, and we're going to be talking about heartworm prevention, right? I mean, that's a really big fear anyone would have.
I would
right?
think so, yeah.
So I guess the first thing is, what can we do? Before you get to that, what is heartworm? How can that happen?
Yeah, so heartworms are literal worms, and they go through the heart. They're introduced by mosquitoes. So the little tiny itty bitty eggs are introduced by mosquitoes. They can be here all the time, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
We never quite freeze, so they're here all the time. And they actually overwinter in our oak trees. So every day that it's 65 degrees in January, they pop on out and come say hi.
Now, this is a big deal. I mean, it seems like it's very common for them to get it if they're untreated. So
Yes.
what are some of the things that people can do to prevent heartworm?
Right, so there are multiple choices. The old tried and true is going to be your ivermectin chewable once a month, and that's going to be HeartGuard, TriHeart. I'm sure there's a couple other brands, but generally that's the old one. That still works. It's very effective here. There's also other chewables that are once a month, and people like those because there's one that, for example, that does all three. So it does heartworms, fleas, and ticks. That's a one and done.
That's one I use.
Yeah,
it's nice.
that's the one I use too, because then I only have to do one thing.
Yep.
And then there's also an annual injection, and so that one actually lasts. It's a relative of ivermectin. It's moxidectin, but it lasts a whole year. So you just come in and get the injection. You don't have to think about it again for a year. So your reminder to come in for an annual also shows up with that same reminder to come get your heartworm injection for your dogs.
Okay, so we think of the heart. How can we visualize just how bad this is? What is it?
Right.
How big can they get? How does all that work?
So, they can get pretty large. I don't know exact measurements off the top of my head, but I would say probably pretty long.
Okay.
And then sometimes your body can fight them off, and not our body, but pets' bodies can fight them off. But what they do is they still have larvae, and they're walled off on the inside of your arteries and vessels and in your lungs. And so even though they might not, there's still worms in there, true, right? But now they have scar tissue, and they have smaller vessels, and they have lung damage, and so they're getting, cardiac disease, they're getting lung disease, and they're not living as long as we want them.
Yeah.
And they're coughing, and they're miserable, and all of that is hard.
Yeah, I can't imagine not doing whatever you can to prevent that from happening. Well, anything else you can think of?
I just want everybody to know that Shasta and Tehama counties are the two highest positive testing counties in the state of California.
Wow.
Yes.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you gave me such great positive information. But no, we really appreciate you giving us some information on how to prevent it and what it all means. So thank you so much, Dr. Holland. This has been another edition of Vet Education Corner. So, I really appreciate her giving us that great information. And, I've been, with my dog, I've been making sure that she gets the proper medication every month. I give her the chewable. It's kind of everything, the one and done, whereas the flea and ticks and all that good stuff and heartworm. So I went in, I have the annual appointment set up, and it's not until next week. But I guess I'm a little late. I'm not exactly sure. But anyways, I went in this month to get her heartworm medication. They wouldn't give it to me. They wouldn't sell it to me because she hasn't been in for her annual checkup yet. Now, what frustrates me about that is, number one, heartworm is so dangerous in this area. And number two, I've got a scheduled appointment for her annual checkup, but for some reason, I'm not the expert, I'm not the veterinarian, but it certainly is concerning. But obviously they're not concerned about it because they won't give her the heartworm medication. Now, I did go in about a month ago to get her weighed to make sure we're giving her the proper dosage. So she's up to speed on the weight, knowing what her weight is. So I'm not quite sure why they won't do that. It is a little concerning. So I just hope that nothing happens between now and the time that we do the checkup. So, you can bet that immediately after the checkup, I'm going to be giving her that medication, but bit of a bummer, but some great information there. By the way, you can always go to the pet family. Let's go to weathernorcal.com. Let's go to weathernorcal.com, and I'll show you what you can do here to check it out here. So, You go, man, my hair is messed up. I got this weird cowlick back here, by the way. Well, anyways, Animal Family. You go to Animal Family here, and you can see here that there is a segment called Vet Education Corner. So you click on that, and then it will take you to all of the vet education corners that we have. I haven't put the one up on YouTube yet that we just watched, but it will be there. So there are going to be a total of 6 that you'll be able to watch. There's some great ones in there. Allergies, spay and neuter, arthritis, vaccines, dental health, the works. So it's a lot of really just valuable information, and I highly recommend that you go, if you have a pet and you love your pet, which I'm sure you do, that you go to Animal Family segment. We'll go back right there. Just click on Animal Family. I got that beaver right there. Pretty cool. But yeah, just wanted to kind of show you that. All right, tell you what, let's get to the forecast, shall we? That's what probably a lot of you are here for. So, of course, we got to, of course, remember our sponsors. And Coffee with Krueger is made possible by Wind River Resort and Casino. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. Okay, here are your temperatures out there right now. As I mentioned earlier, but these temperatures pretty darn nice. 61 degrees for Redding, 66 in Chico, a bit warmer there. We got 40s and 50s for the higher elevations, 48 in Mount Shasta City. We got those low to mid 50s along the coast right now, of course, with some of that fog. All right, so here's the headlines. The cooling trend starts today. Cooler for the rest of the week. You know, I did under forecast the highs yesterday. I was saying a high of 98 for Redding, 102 was the high. Eesh. I remember going through the day yesterday going, oh boy, I wasn't 100% accurate on that one because I could feel that heat. I was like, this is triple digit heat without a doubt, and it was 102 degrees. Possible showers by the middle of the week, and no major heat waves are in the long range forecast. All right, let's take a look at the winds out there right now, and the winds obviously are not that big of a deal right now. It may be a little breezy in some spots here, but for the most part, we're looking at fairly calm winds. Now, one of the things I want to show you here is the fire potential. This is just another resource that we look at. Sometimes I'll show it, sometimes I don't. It just depends if I agree with it or not. But for today, it's showing those winds that we're seeing in the east. So that's going to be a bit of a concern. Humidity levels are going up, but they're still low enough that if the fires should start with some of those gusty winds that we'll see there, that could be a bit of a concern here. But look at Wednesday. Now we're introducing the potential for dry lightning strikes. Eastern Siskiyou County, most of Modoc County, and even northwestern Lassen and northeastern Shasta County as well. This is where I think we're going to see the best potential for thunderstorms. And quite honestly, I think that's a pretty good representation there. And the winds here. Now, the thing is, it will also be windy in the valley tomorrow as well, but the humidity levels are going to be significantly higher. So we're not as concerned as much about the winds and the potential for fire weather risk. So let's take a look at that. The winds, as you can see today, that's where we saw those winds and that fire potential, right? And then we go into tomorrow, look at the winds. Now we're seeing some widespread gusty winds out there, including the valley coming in from the northwest and west. Very strong winds here, very strong winds even in the valley. We're talking over 30 miles per hour, I think, in some cases. We're getting borderline, probably within even that wind advisory category as well. All right, so now we're going to take you into your Thursday, and I think to start off the day on Thursday may be a bit gusty out there, but those winds should die down through the day on Thursday and shouldn't be as much of a concern, although still pretty gusty along the coast as you saw there. But today, yes, the winds, not that bad, for the valley at least, right? And we're getting into the teens, so at least we're getting out of those single digits with the humidity levels. Still quite dry off to the east, so with those gusty winds we're seeing there, that's the elevated fire weather risk there, and of course, high humidity along the coast. You've got, of course, the fog. Let's go into Wednesday. So remember I was talking about the humidity levels going up. We're 20, 30, 35% in the valley. So even though we got those gusty winds, not terribly concerned about what that's doing for our fire weather risk. Yes, we still need to be concerned, and should a fire start, it could spread rapidly because of those winds, but it'll have a harder time doing that, and it'll be easier for the firefighters to get a handle on that fire. If it was reversed, if it was windy, hot, and dry, then yes, it'd be very dangerous. But here you can see conditions getting much better there. This isn't obviously showing the thunderstorms, which we'll see that here in just a second. Now, once the storm moves out on Thursday, we are seeing drier conditions again. But the winds are also starting to die down, so we're not going to be terribly concerned there. So today, in the valley, you're in the moderate to barely, you see a little bit of orange right there, so mainly in the moderate conditions here. And this really should be moderate to high, especially in the eastern mountains here. Then we go into your Wednesday afternoon. And there you can see, not as bad, right? Now let's take a look at Thursday. Thursday, it's beginning to warm up a little bit. The wind's dying down though, so we don't have very high fire danger at that point. So that certainly is some good to see that we're not getting a lot of the oranges and the reds in there, right? So this is the storm system I've got my eyes on. This is the one that is going to bring us the cooler temperatures, the chances for showers and thunderstorms, and the winds. It's this right here. So this will just be migrating today, and by tomorrow, it's got a bit of an inside slider feature to it. And what I mean by that is you get these areas of low pressure in these storm systems that ride to our north and continue to ride down to the south and east, and that's what helps to give us the gusty wind. So that's a classic wind pattern, gusty wind pattern. But also, it's allowing our temperatures to drop. We're in the mid-80s for the valley, low to mid-80s really, and then this will also bring us a chance for showers and thunderstorms. But I will say this, moisture-starved system. It doesn't have a lot of moisture to work with. So yes, there will be showers, there will be thunderstorms, but mainly on the coast and mainly in the higher elevations. The valley most likely remaining dry for your Wednesday. Then we go through the day on Thursday into Friday. That moves on out of here to the north and east. Temperatures increase. So temperatures, the peak of the cooling trend will be tomorrow. They start to slowly increase Thursday, Friday into Saturday. But then by Sunday into Monday of next week, this cooler air begins to ride down to the south here. This is going to give us another dip in our temperatures. And this one, as you can see, it's diving more to the south. So as a result, we'll see even cooler temperatures enter the picture going into Monday, even Tuesday of next week. But this will also bring with it maybe some gusty winds again. And as early as Monday, maybe Sunday, we could see some showers even for parts of the valley. And then we've got these systems that's kind of riding to our north early next week, which could bring us more chances for showers. But bottom line, it's going to be cooler out there. And there you can see Climate Prediction Center putting us in that cooler than normal category. So let's talk about that temperature trend here. Temperatures are, this is what I was talking about. This just drives me nuts, and I have a hard time with it. See that little cowlick? I think that's what people call them. I try to bring it down with water or whatever, and it just won't go down. Miranda, my hairdresser, what can you do about that? It just drives me nuts. All right, enough of that. But there you can see how it kind of drops again, goes back up, and then goes back down. So a little bit of a mini roller coaster ride. What you'll notice here is the drop in the temperatures for Wednesday. They drop even more as we go into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So, I mean, upper 70s on Monday? Whew, that's looking pretty good. All right, so here's your severe outlook. This is coming in from the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma. What they do, their job is to just look at the overall severity of any thunderstorms that can be moving in the area, and they kind of put that out across the nation. What they've got here for us here in NorCal is this area in green, bringing us the best potential for thunderstorms in the forecast. Now, I think most of it will be eastern Siskiyou, most of Modoc, northeastern Shasta, and maybe northern portions of Lassen. So it might be a little bit far to the south here, but you get the idea. We still can't rule out some activity even for Del Norte County as well. And that's for tomorrow, not today. So for today, you've got some clouds breaking apart along the coast, but later on this afternoon and evening, you got the clouds even for the higher elevations, but still dry today. Now we're seeing the leading edge tomorrow morning of some of those showers. This is very light. Sprinkles, light showers for the north coast, western Siskiyou County. Going through the morning hours, it pushes eastward. By noon, we've got showers and possible thunderstorms already in Siskiyou County. Scattered sprinkles, light showers for Trinity County, western Siskiyou, Del Norte, and Humboldt counties. But it's dry in the valley, still fairly dry in Modoc County as well. Now I'm going to take you into Wednesday afternoon. Now it's pushing to the east. This is where I think we're going to see the strongest thunderstorms. Some of them will clip northern Lassen County. Some of them will most likely clip even northeastern Shasta County. So Bernie, not out of the question for you tomorrow to maybe see a shower or thunderstorm, and not to mention into eastern Siskiyou County. All right, but there you can see this is the back edge of it. So we're really starting to see it begin to dry out already by late in the day Wednesday for everywhere west of Modoc County. Then by Wednesday night it's gone, And then we go into Thursday looking at dry conditions again, and even the coast seeing some clearing and more sunshine. So that'll make for more pleasant weather for you along the coast. Rainfall totals, I don't typically like to show this when you've just got isolated showers, and because it really, you can't look at Weaverville and go, oh, I'm going to see 207 inches of rainfall. You may not even see anything, but you may see more than that. That's just the nature of this type of storm, is you get these isolated just pop-up showers here and there, nothing major, sprinkle here and there, a light shower, won't last for very long. So this is just kind of picking up on the fact that most areas, should you see rain, it'll most likely be no more than 1/10 of an inch of rainfall, but most likely less than that. In some areas, and I would be willing to guess that, yeah, okay, maybe Crescent City could see more than that. But I think even some areas in Siskiyou and Modoc County could see some heavier rainfall as well if you get caught under a thunderstorm, because these thunderstorms can bring with them heavy downpours. But it's very just a little bit here, some areas here. It's a very hit or miss type of situation. Of course, then by Thursday, we're looking at drier conditions. Now, looking at Futurecast long range, Sunday evening, Sunday night, maybe some showers kicking in. Then we're looking at a better chance for rain, I think, for everybody by Monday of next week. There you can see by Tuesday night into Wednesday, maybe another system coming through. So this is what I was talking about, that cooler air moving in, temperatures staying below normal, and we're also seeing that potential for showers associated with that. And as a result, the Climate Prediction Center is actually putting us in that wetter than normal category. All right, let's take a look at those wave heights. There you can see, of course, we've got those wave heights fairly low along the coast. They will die down going into Wednesday morning, but we can see an increase in those wave heights as we go into Wednesday evening into Thursday. But for now, we look at the marine forecast. Northwest winds at about 5 to 10 knots. Waves from the northwest at 4 feet at 7 seconds. And from the northwest at 4 feet at about 10 seconds. There's your high and low tide for today with that patchy, dense fog, of course, this morning. May see some areas of clearing this afternoon. Here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. So essentially, here's the deal. If you're in the mountains or on the coast or the inland areas, you got a chance for some isolated showers at the very least. Isolated sprinkles and light showers for Wednesday. The valley will be dry. So when you're looking at the 7-day outlook, you'll see that. Everyone will see that chance for showers on Monday. And we're seeing the temperatures going up and down and up and down. Temperatures today, upper 80s to about 90 for most of us in Trinity County. 88 for Hayfork, cooler to the south, low 80s there. About 81 degrees for Peanut, Ruth about 84 degrees. We take out your North Coast neighborhood forecast, where temperatures there should be in the mid 80s, especially for the inland areas, much cooler as you get closer to the coast with 68 degrees in Shelter Cove. Ferndale about 64, 65 in Fortuna, and there you can see Rio Dell, a high of about 65 degrees. We take you up to the north with 89 degrees for Hoopa, 70 in Trinidad, Eureka, about 65 degrees. Showers tomorrow, maybe a few isolated thunderstorms, and then another chance going into Monday. 75 for Gas Key, 69 degrees for Smith River, but Orleans, you are going to be a warm one. It's going to be a warm one for you at 91 degrees, but not as hot as it was yesterday. So we're starting to see that downward trend. There you can see 93 for Horse Creek, 90 in Happy Camp. Temperatures upper 80s to about 90 along the I-5 corridor there. There you can see for Scott Valley, 87 for Etna, 88 for Fort Jones, and Callahan, about 85 degrees. We take you out to the central and eastern Siskiyou County. We've got 83 for Tule Lake, about 85 for Mount Shasta City, and 88 for Dunsmuir. Better chance for thunderstorms here as we go into tomorrow, and then maybe another chance coming in on Monday. Your Modoc County neighborhood forecast, dry today with temperatures low 80s, even cooler by Wednesday, struggling to get out of the 60s with a chance for thunderstorms through the afternoon. First half of the day will be dry for you tomorrow, but by tomorrow afternoon, those thunderstorms kick in, and then we're dry for the rest of the week into the weekend, and maybe some showers and maybe even some thunderstorms here by Sunday night into Monday. Here's your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast. So I've got the chance in there for you in Boerne, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm, otherwise just some scattered showers, and then more showers for you in Boerne on Monday. Otherwise for today, you can see Montgomery Creek 85, 88 for Paynes Creek, and Hat Creek about 83 degrees. We take out to Lake Almanor in Lassen Park. Temperatures in the 80s around the lake and in the 60s and low 70s for Lassen Park. Of course, that chance for showers and maybe thunderstorms here for tomorrow. Here's your Eastern Mountains to the south. So Paradise, I'm going to keep you dry. But Susanville, most likely you'll be dry as well, but you could see a stray shower tomorrow. Better chances for both Paradise and Susanville on Monday. Here's your Valley neighborhood forecast to the south. 92 degrees in Chico as well as Oroville. 92 degrees for Red Bluff, Pasquinta, 91 for Elk Creek. We take you up to the north. 94 for the city of Shasta Lake, 94 for Redding, 90 in Whiskeytown and Lakehead, a high of about 89 degrees. Now for Red Bluff, Redding, you got those gusty winds, really the whole valley. You'll be looking at those gusty winds, but dry conditions for tomorrow. So we got to look out for those winds here. As of right now, no wind advisories, but that may change later on this afternoon. Here's your 7-day outlook for Redding. We've got mid-80s by Wednesday with those windy conditions. Now the winds I think will be strongest in the morning on Thursday for the valley, and then they'll start to die down for Thursday afternoon. Now, after that cooler air moves out on Thursday, temperatures back in the low 90s for Friday, Saturday, but then another dip in our temperatures with the approaching storm system on Sunday into Monday. Now, timing of the storm and chances for rain are going to vary. So for now, I've got it on Monday. It could be here as early as Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. But for now, I'm just going to keep it in there for your Monday. So there you go, folks. There is your forecast, your detailed forecast. By the way, if at any time, because I like to make this interactive so all of you can really take advantage of this detailed forecast, is hopefully I do go through enough details that you don't have to ask questions. But maybe you have questions. So feel free during my weather forecast to ask questions, because I will be more than happy if I can answer them to do that for you. All right, so let's see if there's anybody kind of checking in this morning here. We have got good morning from us here in Fall River Mills. That looks like a new person here. What am I doing here? No, that's not what I wanted to do. Now let's turn that down, if it's even up. Oh, I know what I did. There you go. Ah, there it is. Yes, good morning from us here in Fall River Mills. Well, thank you so much, Jess and Norman Mike. All right. Good morning. Have a terrific Tuesday. Going to try to get back on track, and don't forget that great cup of coffee. Absolutely. Kimberly. All right, I'm going to put this on here. Happy Wednesday? No. You then corrected yourself. Good job. Good for catching yourself. Say, oops, sorry, it's Tuesday. Fun. Hey, I do that all the time. Trust me. And not just with the day of the week. I'm like, oops, nope, that's not right. Okay, let's see here. We've got Jean Scala. I think that's how you say your name. I hope not. I hope I didn't butcher it. Good morning, Mike and everyone. And let's see here. Kimberly is saying, I've got to get to mowing before it gets rainy. Yeah. Although, you see, yeah, you're in, gosh, sometimes I have a hard time remember exactly where all of you live. But, yeah, you'll probably get some rain out there. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us this morning, folks. Hope you got what you needed out of this forecast. Remember, when I start at 7 o'clock in the morning, I do Krueger's Quickcast. So you can just check in right at about 7:30 is when I'll be on. And you can watch for about, usually it's about, say, 2 minutes on average, give or take, depending on what's going on for the day. And you can just check out the weather for the day before you head out the door, get the kids out to school, get yourself off to work, and you'll know exactly what to expect for the day's weather. Then, of course, after that, what I'm more known for is my detailed forecast that I love to do, and that of course many of you love to watch as well, because it gets you a lot of detailed information that you otherwise wouldn't have. Timing, intensity of the rain, for example, chances for thunderstorms, the winds, all of that. We can get into that, so be sure to check that out. Also, if you're just checking in, you're like, oh no, I just missed it. Here's the beauty of it. I have got a website, as you know. All you have to do is go to the website, weathernorcal.com. You'll see up at the very top, it says Coffee with Krueger. You can also click on this banner right here, go to Coffee with Krueger, and it will have the recorded version of what you're watching right now. Now, of course, it won't be uploaded until shortly after I'm done with the show, because it's recording as we speak, but you get the idea. So you can always check in. So maybe it's later in the morning, say 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, like, oh, I missed Coffee with Krueger. Not a problem. You can watch it, and you can do that. Now, also, There are other resources out there. One of the things that I've started doing here for the neighborhood forecast, I'm going to click on the valley here just for example here. What I've done is a video forecast. I update it once a day in the morning before I record my 6 o'clock in the morning weather forecast. And what I do is I just kind of go over the forecast just for the valley in a video forecast, and mainly just for the day. I don't talk a whole lot about what's going on over the next several days. I've got the same thing for Trinity County, the North Coast. In fact, let's take you home and I'll show you visually too. You can go to the very top of the banner and you can click on any of the neighborhoods you want. Also, you can, and I can take this down here, I don't need that up there anymore. You can go down to the bottom of the page. You see that? This is more of a visual, so you can kind of click on all the different neighborhoods here. It takes you to the same location. So example, the Eastern Mountains. There's the Eastern Mountains video forecast that you can watch in the morning. It's usually about a minute to a minute and a half long, very quick for just your area or where you may be going. Maybe you're heading out into the Eastern Mountains today and you want to know what weather to expect. Well, you can watch that forecast on the neighborhood pages, any one that you want to look at, the Valley, Trinity County, North Coast, Siskiyou County, Modoc County, the Eastern Mountains, the works. So be sure to check that out. That is another great resource. But again, the reason why I'm here, for those of you that are just tuning in, you're like, oh, I just missed Coffee with Krueger, not a problem. Let's take you back home. You click on Coffee with Krueger, and once I'm done with this, which I'm kind of wrapping it up, you'll be able to watch the recorded version of Coffee with Krueger. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you all so much for reminding me, letting me know that I had some issues with the audio. That was kind of unusual. I'm not exactly sure what happened with that, but so it is. So it is, my friends. Well, let's get you to some of the cameras out here, and just turning out to be one of those days where I think we're going to be in the transition between, well, the hot and the cooler weather. So that's going to do it for me this morning, folks. You have yourselves a great Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. on Coffee with Krueger.